Guys, deluded. I'm back again now. I want to speak about a few young players at this club. Now, I always speak about them now. Like, you know what? Let's start with the attackers. The conventional types, the types you lot want to hear that get like myself. I want to see them that get you out of your feet. The Reece Nelsons and all of that. Obviously, there's Reece Nelson, there's Maitland-Niles, there's Rene Adley. I love them all respectively. You see me here speak about all of them, and I really want them with the next manager to give them a proper chance in the first team. But I don't even want to speak about them, man, there, because they're on the crust for the first team. We've got some excellent kids. We know this. They got their asses handed to them sadly against Chelsea 7-1. Like, it's tough for me to sit here and say the scoreline doesn't reflect the performance, because on so many levels it does, but on the other hand it doesn't. You have to give credit to that side, but there's so many good kids. And in fact, I'll allude to that later about how you get your chances and stuff here. But Saka, he's played in the FA Youth Cup. He's played for the under-18s. He's doing his thing. He can play on the wings for English youth levels, played at fullback. He's 15 years of age and he's doing his thing in the under-18s World Cup. In the under-18s Youth Cup, sorry. And on a side note, the under-17s European Championships that was hosted in this very country, England, in 2018, he probably will get called up in the England squad. And those of you who want to watch that, I believe it's on ITV4 and it'll probably be on Eurosport as well if you're living in England. If you're living in any other countries, if you know any other way of watching it, shout me, people, because you know I like these youth things. But yeah, Saka's sick, man. He's still young. He's 15 years of age. We don't need to be talking and right now and saying he's going to be this, that and the other. He just needs to develop. The talent is there. The balance is there. The way he moves is there. People think he's little, he's small, you can weight him. No, it's like he's solid, man. He's solid, man. I've got a lot of time for Saka, man. But like I said, he's 15. He turned scholar, I believe, next season. So he's a young boy. Leave him alone now. He's 15 years of age. We'll review this at 18 or something. He's sick. Let him do his thing. He's still incredibly raw. Trey Cole, he's been injury hit. It's quite annoying because he didn't start for me in the under-18s FA Youth Cup, like I said. But to be fair, Emil looked like to be playing in that 10 position, and the form he's in, you can't fault it. For me, he's sick as well, man. In that 10 position, he can play on the flanks, but he's lovely in that little 10 position. The way he gets little combinations and little passages playing, I got a lot of time for Trey Coyle, man. Keep calling him man Cole for some reason. Trey Coyle, he's sick, man. Like, he's proper nang. Like, I got time for him, man. And I hope next season is a better season on a personal front for him. Then you've obviously got Amici. If you've been watching the young boys, you've been seeing what he's done. Someone with real potential as well. A1 haircuts as well. The way he just dances past people. Another one, you think he's very small. It's going to be easy day in the park. No, it's going to be sick. The next level for him, I know he's banging in goals and assists, but a couple times I've watched him. To get to that next level, you got to just make the right decision at the right time. And that's what the Modrics, the Cristiano Ronaldo is in his prime. I know he's still a mad thing, but in his prime, you get the examples I'm saying. The right pass at the right time, whether you want to shoot or not. He's still young, still enjoying himself like that, and I love to see it. That's he'll be an incredible prospect. Hopefully in a couple years time. Obviously, if you've been watching, I don't need to speak about Emil Rose-Smith. I mean, if he told me he was left-footed, I believe it, man. He's left, right. He's glides past people, everything. Whether he's going to be a 10, a centre mid, on the flanks, you also can't rule out fullback with these sort of guys as well, to be fair with you, because he's intelligent. I don't think that'll be his career, his position long term, but you get where I'm going. You cannot rule out anywhere, but he's incredibly sick. Someone that you want to bet your house on, probably, that he's going to play some capacity of some game next season, to be honest. He's banging on the door. Obviously, you've got Nelson and them man there, like I've said, and you've got a couple other youngsters. You've got young Balogun that's scoring goals, but he's incredibly young as well. People say I don't talk about Balogun, the 16-year-old, being a hitter. There's a lot of young players at the side, man. There's a lot of wingers as well, like I've said, or players that can play in the creative roles, like you would imagine at a club like Arsenal. I've just said Amici, Emil Smith, there's Saka, there's Trey Coyle, there's how many names? Nelson, if you want to count it, because he's still kind of young. All of these guys, Joe Willock, there's about 5-6 that I just named off the top of my head. What in Dragomir? You know what? Let's not talk about the ones that have made their debuts. Just exclude the ones that have made their, apart from Nelson. Dragomir as well. Let's add Dragomir into this as well. You guys, I stopped talking about Dragomir because the man's hard. Like, I just want to see him get a chance. He's sick, man. He's creative playing. He stepped up this year, but how you get your chances, like you saw with Joe Willock and Iwobi a couple of years, it's about banging it. banging the youth level, making incredible games. Like, it's the youth show. Like, Zalando had trouble with this as well. If you didn't really care for the finer parts of football, making it the youth show. Emil Smith, almost every game a man's playing, it's his show. Everybody knows he's the man on the lips. That's when you pay attention. That's when obviously they're seeing you in training, and that's when you get your chance. Because all of these men, like I said, are equally talented. I'm not here for saying who's better than who, because Saka, Coyle, Amici, Emil Rose Smith, they're all nang for me. They're all sick. They're all levels for Billy. That's why they're here. That's why they're part of, you might as well call them the 3% of men that are footballers at a top 6 club in some capacity. And that goes for all the other top 6 clubs. It's down to, like I said, banging it. Because if you're looking at it right now, it's Emil Rose Smith who's going to get the chance, or he's going to get the call up on pre-season and them things. Because he's banging it. Coyle weren't really playing in the youth cup. Well, he was playing, but over the 2 legs, he's been on the bench. Hard to really assert yourself when you're coming in and only playing a few minutes and things like that. But he's equally as talented. You saw the season before that when he was, like I said, injury-free doing a madness. He weren't even a scholar last year, banging it for the under 18s and that. You see what I'm saying? Dragomir, talented boy, but weren't really doing it last season, so we weren't really ahead. Now you see it. Joe Willock towards the end of the season done his thing. Now he's there. You see what I'm saying? They're playing to good. That's what you need to do, because it's a pack. There's so many kids there. It's crabs in a barrel, essentially, people. It's survival of the fittest. It's sad to say, and I hope to be wrong, because I love all these players, and I'm not wishing none of this, but there's going to be injuries. There's going to just be damn right managers' opinions, because let's just say, boom, let's just say I don't want to say fickle, but I'm a fickle manager. Let's just say I decide out of that list, I decide Amici's good. Amici, I'm going to just play him. I don't care what Nelson does. I don't care what Dragomir does, Willock does, Emil Smith does. I don't think Saka's good. I don't think Coyle's good. If that's the manager's opinion, then they're not going to get chances at the club. That's how fickle football is. It ultimately boils down to opinions. Not even Joe I will, because I like him, but some managers, it might have passed him by. Wenger, it came down to Wenger liking him, so he's playing. To the point where he's playing where arguably he shouldn't have been in the squad at times. He had a good last couple performances. He's been pretty decent, to be fair. Against United, he put in a shift, so I'm not drawing him out. But you get where I'm going. It's about banging it. They're all at this club because they got talent. Chelsea players, it's all about banging it. They've got Hudson-Odoi, but then they got Mason Mount, and then they got McCracken, and then they got all these Reece James, and then you got Sterling, then you got Redan, and then you got Taylor Costello. Bare man, it's crabs of a barrel. United, you got Chong, then you got Mason Greenwood, who's hard. You got bare man. I like that centre half Lard, or left back Lard. I think he can play over the two. It's a crabs of a barrel thing. Like that's what essentially it is in football. They're there because you're hard. You're at these clubs because you're hard. Like, it's about banging it now. Got leaving, whether it's parents, the referee, the managers. It's about leaving them games there. You knew it was you're the first port of call. You're the first reference point. Everyone knew that was the game. Everyone knows Emil Rose Smith, Blackpool, Liverpool, Saka Liverpool as well to a degree if I remember. Norwich a couple seasons ago. You remember it. Jack Wilshere coming up. You remember the Liverpools. You remember the Uniteds. You remember him against Reading's young kids. You remember him in all of these things. You get where I'm going. Awobi, you remember in the youth league. You remember his hat trick at the Emirates. The Emirates against Stoke, where I think Gnabry played, and I'm so sure Ainsley Maitland-Niles was playing right back as well. But see, some of these YouTubers ain't really in the field, man. I've been there, I told you. It's about banging it. It's about banging it. That's ultimately it does, and raising that performance and looking sharp in training and all of that stuff that we don't see necessarily as fans. But anyways, man, enough rambling from me. Guys, Deluded. Let me get out of you guys' hair now. Follow me on all the socials, you know, them things. Obviously, Deluded Guna 04 on everything. Snapchat, DGuna 04 is... Yeah, man, I'm out.